lobsters.
What incrustations is going on today? Old time Mr. Mays in the chat. It's on a roll through.
Roll through crew, roll through crew.
Oh, what a tune. Meow. Blackout by Logistics, classic off the Space Jams album. Whee! Yes, in fucking deedio. Why is that not working anymore? Oh, this is... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. It's just fucking take the piss out of Will Day, as it bloody usually is in this day and age. It's 5th of December, 2018. Chinese Year of the Chin Swinger. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coffee and Memes. You awake. You come to. Is it the prescription pain medication? Can be quite disorientating sometimes, but you shake it off. You're in a Florida branch of Red Lobster, and as things start to make sense around you, you realise the catastrophe that is unfolding. You look at the tables beside you, and everyone is tucking into the white, fleshy goodness contained within the red shells. Your comrades. Your fallen comrades. It's some sort of mass lobster genocide. You stand up, throwing the table up in the air, spilling diet soda beverages all over your loved ones. You run to the tank where some captive lobsters are being held, and you grab them, snaffling them under your, into your moo-moo, and you tear off out of the Red Lobster, and you just start running. Before long, you hear the familiar sound of the sirens. You see the blue strobes behind you. And you hide the lobsters, tuck them under one of your tats, tuck a couple more under the other, and hope for the best. The officers roll up beside you, wind down the window. Where do you think you're going there, missy? Just out for my morning run. 7 p.m. Well, I do keep strange hours. Well, it certainly looks like it. Would you fancy going out with me sometime? Maybe to a dance or the cinema? Maybe we could go and see Jason Statham movie. And you reply, well, I like you, but I guess more just as a friend. We could go as friends, I think. But of course, that's all he needed to hear. Bam! You're on the floor, you're getting tasered, pepper spray to the face, you're arrested for friend-zoning an officer. Boom! Lock 'em up, a charge that carries 25 to life. Bang, bang, bang. You wake up in the morning and the little hatch of your cell is opened. Is that your breakfast? No, 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 no. Come to the hatch, please. We have stuff for you. What is it? Is it my lawyer? Is it my family on the phone? Even better than that. We've got you, your prison supply of coffee and memes.
Steady job and a couple extra lobsters. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Sluggy. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail. The lobster patriarchy
has many of the top memes, many of the top memes, many of the top memes.
The lobster patriarchy
has many of the top memes.
And that is so true that it's almost unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes on the 5th of December, 2018, the Chinese Year of the Gurner. The 5th day of Christmas. My true love gave to me this rather fetching Harambe Christmas jumper. It says hashtag dicks out for Harambe, hashtag 420, hashtag take back control. Thank you to my brother for designing this. It's a couple of years old. It comes out every Christmas. I'm pretty pleased with it, man. Scott Harambe, I miss him every day. I still miss him. And I've heard that zoos all around the world have not taken any further precautions to stop it happening again. And it hurts me. Hurts me to think about it. But to get over that pain, I've got a right fucking sack full of shoe throwers here. And I've got a browser loaded, jacked to the gills, quite frankly, with ridiculous news. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to see my chat with the Panacea yesterday. That was a lot of fun. He's a good boy. He's a shiny-faced boy. He's a shiny-teeth lad. He's nice to his mum. He's just out there living his best life, you know, in Berlin, in spite of all the odds. He's loving life. That's good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, like today, Big Jaggles, the ninja, is going to be on for a podcast. Big Jaguar Skills. If not, we'll do it another fucking time. I'm pushing for it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Harambe had information that would lead to Hillary Clinton's arrest. Oh, this is not good.
Look into it.
Also, something that I should mention.
lobsters.
Anyway, look, let's get into some of this madness. Man denies performing naked sex act in holy water font during church service. Now, this we covered some, I don't know, a month or so ago. Zachary Burdick, he's a SoundCloud rapper, I guess. I mean, just doing raps and putting them on SoundCloud, does that make you a SoundCloud rapper? Because if so, then I'm technically a SoundCloud rapper, because I did do that comedy rap called Your Mum's Got a Borgore Poster on Her Bedroom Door. Not sure that's aged well, but it's on there. It's got me doing, I guess, a rap. It's just talking in rhyme, really, but I guess that's all rap is. Anyway, look, he doesn't have a tattooed face. I don't know if he's got a big titty goth girlfriend. I start to worry, actually. You know I worry deeply about these SoundCloud rappers because I'm a caring man and, you know, I'm concerned. My real concern is that with the rise of all these SoundCloud rappers, there's just not going to be enough big titty goth girlfriends to go around. You know, I think they're a dying breed in many ways. And I just worry, you know, that there's going to be a lot of these SoundCloud rappers that sort of get left out. You know, they fall by the wayside. Maybe they've got to get themselves an emo. It's not good for anyone, is it? Anyway, so this gentleman, believed to be high on methamphetamines, romped into a church, got his lad out, and started performing some sort of lewd sex act in the holy water. Perhaps it was art. Perhaps he was having a breakdown. Very Tide Poddy. He's very, very Tide Poddy. He looks every bit... Let's get a picture of him up. He looks every bit the Tide Podder. Bless him. Bless him. His hair's tousled. That's how freaking Tide Poddy is. Nurse! Where is he? Here he is. Bless him. Bless him, little lamb. So yeah, we're following up on him. The Metro has got onto it. A man accused of stripping naked and masturbating in a church's holy water font has pleaded not guilty to indecent exposure. Whoo-wee! We in for a wild ride, motherfuckers. Yeah, Zachary Burdick, 21, denied the lewd act, said to have taken place during a service in front of 75 horrified worshippers during a court hearing on Monday. They really must have thought the devil had broken in at that point. After exposing himself in the font, Burdick is said to have pleasured himself while pointing his manhood in the direction of the church's altar. You are the devil incarnate, boy. Why aren't the effects coming on the bloody, boy? Alright, forget it. Cheryl Hansen, 61, saw Burdick take off his clothes before entering the Spirit of Life Church in Mandan, North Dakota on October the 9th, according to an affidavit. At the time, there was an educational program for children ages 3 to 9 taking place. None of the children saw Burdick's alleged sex act, but many of the parishioners did. The priest conducting mass, Todd Krettinger, 68, told Burdick police, "It was the best day of my life. Ooh-wee." Now it said Burdick dipped his rear end into the holy water fountain and splashed about a bit. Dipped his rear end into the font, splashed about a bit, and started pumping at himself. Witness Daryl Kilzer, 68, told police that Burdick entered the sanctuary with his machinery hanging out and was pumping himself. Okay. It's machinery. Oh, he's a 21-year-old boy. It's not a machinery. It's more like a sort of Airfix model, isn't it, at that age? Oh, bless him. Police confronted Burdick, who said he was tweaking on meth, and he uses hash oil. It was claimed. Officer Nokolas Panonen noted that Burdick appeared to be under the influence of drugs. I asked Zachary about masturbating and told him he cannot do that in front of others. The officer wrote in the affidavit. Zachary replied, "Especially in church." I don't understand. Next, I asked Zachary if he was masturbating to get sexual gratification. Zachary said, yes, he was trying to bust a nut. Well, it's October, okay, so at least he wasn't trying to do No Nut November. But he was charged with felony indecent exposure and disorderly conduct. Kretinger said the font would have to be cleaned and sanitised, which would cost $500. Burdick's next court date has not been announced. If he's pleading not guilty, I wonder what's his defence going to be? Is he going to plead insanity? Is he going to, I don't know, is he going to say that the jump up made him do it? Has he been listening to too much DJ Gov and lost his mind? It's possible. I mean, you've got 75 witnesses, are probably now besmirched font. I don't know whether or not they'll have taken DNA swabs off of that. He's probably left some sort of Tide Pod residue on it. Yeah, what's the defence going to do? Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I think they should let him off. I think, boys will be boys, that sort of thing. No one got hurt, did they? Whatever. Right, come on, let's, what have we got here? It's nice to play that old Logistics track. That was a lovely bit of gear. Inside Info remix of Gambino by DC Breaks from earlier in the year. That's a bit of fun. Get on this. Get on this, lads. Hold tight, The Office listeners.
That's how gangsters roll.
Lobsters.
That's how gangsters roll. That's how gangsters roll. That's how gangsters roll.
Yeah, that's a naughty bit of gear. See inside info room, it's a Gambino by DC Brakes. What do the D and the C stand for? Derek and Clive, maybe?
That's how gangsters roll. That's how gangsters roll.
Hey, if that's how gangsters roll, I want to be a gangster. I always wanted to be a gangster. Anyway, look, guys, hey, how's it going? Great, sure. Highest paid YouTuber in the world is an eight-year-old boy. I was talking about this last night with Jim on Rankin Radio. I mean, good for him. You know, he's just hustling. He's on the daily grind. You know, he's making $20 million a year, $22 million a year for just playing with toys and that. You know, fine, isn't it? Decent. The youngster of Ryan Toys Review YouTube channel was the video streaming service's highest earner between June 2017 and June 2018, according to the estimate by Forbes magazine. His channel has more than 17 million subscribers who flock to watch videos of Ryan reviewing toys such as Lego, Play-Doh, and toy cars. He's a good lad, you know. I think he's all right. We thought he should retire now. I think, you know, retire at 8 years old, stop going to school, don't bother with it. You don't need it. You know, buy yourself a lobster farm, something like that. You know, something nice. Netflix is reportedly forking out $100 million to keep Friends on next year. Wow. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that YouTube kid up. There's not much banter to be gleaned out of that. I think he's a good boy. He's on a hustle. He's on the grind. You know, he's a renegade cop. He's a renegade 8-year-old. He doesn't play by anyone's rules but his own. But he's nice to his mum. Anyway, woman kills boyfriend after sitting on him and crushing him to death. And people say there is not an obesity crisis. A woman has pleaded guilty to third-degree murder after sitting... She's done it deliberately. Christ. A woman has pleaded guilty to third-degree murder after sitting on her boyfriend and crushing him to death. 44-year-old Wendy C. Wendy C. Thomas. Hey, Wendy C. Admitted to killing her partner, Keenan Butler, 44, at their home in Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie? In March. The case has been scheduled to go on trial on the 10th of December. However, Thomas admitted to third-degree murder and unpremeditated killing with malice before it got to court. How many degrees of murder are they? What degree murder is like killing someone, but then afterwards kind of wishing you hadn't? Or trying to kill someone, sort of doing it accidentally on purpose. Like, yeah, I sort of was trying to kill them, but I never actually thought I'd be able to. So the fact that they're dead now is a bit of a shock. So what's that, like 7th degree murder or something?
Lobsters.
She is now facing 18 to 36 years in the clink. Before she made a plea deal, should be how do you make a plea deal when it's not like, look, I've got evidence about other fat women killing their boyfriends. I can bring down this the fat ring. You know, they're all, they're hiding behind the mask of body positivity, but secretly they're murdering men. They're murdering homeless men so that no one cares about homeless men, so no one's looking into any of these disappearances. But there are these enormous women going out there, and they're going down to the hobo jungle, and they're sitting on these homeless men's heads, and they're killing them in scores. I can rumble the whole thing. If you promise me anonymity, I'll give you names. I'll give you waistlines. I will give you, honestly. Thomas told cops that at the time of the killing she'd been drinking and looking to buy crack cocaine when the couple got into an altercation. She said she initially stabbed Butler in the hand before hitting him around the head with a table leg. Thomas then went on to tell investigators that she sat on the victim's chest. In an affidavit, cops wrote that Thomas weighs more than 300 pounds. It's 136 kilos. Don't know what that is in old money, but it's a fair bit. And Butler, at the time, only weighed 120, so Jesus Christ, less than half, 54 kilos, 1/3 really. It went on to state that his death was ruled as a homicide caused by respiratory insufficiency, secondary to blunt force trauma to the neck and thoracic compression, exacerbated by blunt force trauma to the head. That's a rough way to go out, man. Like, you're just trying to get some crack cocaine, and before you know it, your fat missus sits on you and crushes you to death. That's a sucky way to go out, man. That's going to be a tough funeral, I think. It's also a bit of a weird one to sort of explain that to St. Peter at the pearly gates when you get up there. It's like, oh, mate, what are you in for? And you're like, yeah. So, anyway, fat missus sat on us, crushed me. Dude, how'd you let that happen? Don't know, man. It was a rough week, and I guess things just got on top of me. More ways than one. Yeah, so I'm here. All right, look, go on, go in. There's all the crack you can eat in there. Come on, I can have at it. Cheers, Peter. Cheers. Mark, where are we? Thomas called 911 and told the call handler she had killed a man. Upon arrival, cops found Butler's body on the floor of the living room. Mark Del Decker, Thomas's attorney, said, "It's a good result based on the facts of the case. I think it's fair for both sides." But speaking to GoErie.com, sounds like a sort of price comparison website. Oh dear, where are we? Claire Reid of Lab Bible as I think we need a particular sound effects for the common mistakes that journalists make. And you could sample the what's that Radio 4 quiz? Just a minute, where you can't do repetition. Where you get marked down points for repetition, and Claire Reid has written, but speaking to GoErie.com, The victim's sister, Sandra Butler, said she hoped Thomas would face a longer sentence. I feel like she should have 40 or more. She deserves life. It's like, how much of a difference do you think, like, in terms of punishment, someone going down for 20 years and someone going down for 40 years is? I mean, that's it. You're done, really, at that point, aren't you? Your life has been ruined. She went on to say that the family is still struggling to come to terms with the death. My mother, she calls him every night. Oh, well, that's rough. That's a tough way to go out. I personally, no. I mean, I'm a blaze of glory kind of guy. I'd like to go out in a blaze of glory. I'd like to go out. I'd like to be killed on impact, die at the scene, something like that. You know, maybe trying to save a bus full of school kids. Actually saving them. Yeah, I'd like to save the bus full of school kids and then die. Probably aged about 80. Happened to be wearing a cape and Heelys. Right, look, here's a bop remix of Camm and Crooked. Come Together from their Mosaic remix album earlier in the year. Nice bit, like this. Bit dreamy. Dreamy, dreamy. The time is 10:27 and you're listening to Threshold.fm. Yeah, they could have ruled it death by snoo snoo. It's possible.
Broken pieces come together, creating something beautiful.
Nata's in the chat. Wendy C will sell out Wembley Stadium next month. Welcome to Romantic Coffee Mornings with Rankin on Threshold.fm. Pour yourself another cup and stare dreamily into a loved one's eyes. Whisper sweet nothings into their ear. lovely bit of gear. It's Camm and Crooked, Come Together, remixed by Bop. Yeah.
Let me just get this straight. You're saying that we should organise our societies along the lines of the lobsters. Tell us about the lobster.
Well, that's quite a segue.
Yeah, goddamn right it is. Right, look, more news to follow up on that we covered earlier. Our Dutch friend, Emil Rattleband, Mr. Trans Age, man who wanted to legally change date of birth, has his case rejected in court. Boo!
It's appalling.
Remember Emil Rattleband? You're goddamn right I do. The 69-year-old who wanted to go to court to legally knock 20 years off his age. 20 years, you are really pushing it, aren't you? If somebody's like, look, let's split the difference, let's do 10. Come on, he should have haggled. You're like, oh, you won't do 20? Well, about 10. No? 5? Come on. Just put me under 60. Please, I'm trying to pick up chicks. You're really cock-blocking me. Well, it's bad news for anyone hoping to also shave a few years off the clock, because the court in Arnhem have rejected his case. He's gutting, mate. Absolutely gutting. Last month, Rattleband hit headlines after announcing he would like to have his date of birth changed legally to make him 49, explaining that his official age didn't reflect how he felt, and it was also having a negative impact on his Tinder efforts. He's definitely not a creepy weirdo, honest. Here he is. Oh, come on. Come on, Rattleband. Look at his ridiculous face. Why does everything have to just... No, there's a little bit of manoeuvring. That's about right, isn't it? No, you just get him over the top there. There we go. I'll be Rattleband for a bit. Why won't you change my age, please? I'm trying to pick up some chicks. And trying to get, get the fucking going, because I've still got the blood pumping downstairs where it matters, and I know it might not be the biggest in the world, but like you say, it's always how you use it. Just smoke a couple of reefers and, have at it. Everyone on the Tinder, I match with them, tell them I'm 69. They first they think it's a joke, and then they're like, no, I don't want any of the old, I've got a little bit Australian there. Don't want any of the old dick. They want the fresh dick. And mine's had a bit of use. But that's a good thing, I think. But the girls these days... Yeah, just not. They're not really biting, and can't get a job. I'm 30. I feel like a 35-year-old, but it's basically racism. Right. Okay. Well, let's get rid of him. I've had enough. What's he going to do? Is he going to appeal? Dutch Rattleband even made an appearance on Good Morning Britain, where he stoked even more controversy by describing himself as age fluid, before slipping up and swearing in front of the hosts. Oh dear. When Susan Reid explained to Rattleband, you can't change the fact of the date you were born, he argued, you can be born as a small girl, and as beautiful as you are, you could say, I feel like a man, I want to have a dick. It's different. However, it looks as though the court didn't agree with his age-fluid state of mind. In response to his claim, the court decided the age change cannot be accepted as Dutch laws don't give room for it. In response to his claim, the court decided the age change can... Oh, what? Have you... No. The court said that Rattleband's arguments aren't cause to make new laws or to search for links within current laws regarding legal change to name or gender. The court wrote, especially because all kinds of rights and duties such as voting rights and compulsory attendance at school are linked to age, which is not the case for name and gender. Adding... Rattleband's arguments are ridiculous. He's creepy and weird. Don't go near him. And with any luck, he can be sort of cast out as the social pariah he really is. He is frankly beyond the pale. Wow. Okay. The court also highlighted a number of practical problems which could arise from allowing him to change his age. Changing his date of birth would mean that 20 years would be expunged from the public registry. This would have all kinds of unwanted judicial and social consequences. The importance of registers which contain correct and factual information have to be put first. Right, yeah. I mean, bless him, in a way, sort of. He had a crack at it, didn't work out. Give it yeah. I feel a little bit like if he wasn't trying to do it to basically creep on chicks. Because you can slightly get behind him when he's like, look, I am in very, very good health, but no one wants to employ a 69-year-old man. I feel like I've got another 15 years of work in me. It's very difficult to get a mortgage or anything, or a business loan at my age. But, you know, that's really difficult. Like, trying to then legally change. But then when you're like, yeah, no chicks are interested in me on Tinder. They're like, all right, next. Come on, piss off. It's like, yeah, but people change their gender. Like, fuck off. Come on, next. Deary me. Got to stop saying deary me. What else? NASA scientists say alien life forms may have already visited Earth. Fucking NASA scientists say a lot of shit. They talk a lot of jive. Talk a lot of absolute bolax. Back it up with now. All math and no trousers, these NASA scientists. And I, for one, have had enough. You know, I think we have reached peak NASA scientist nonsense. They won't admit that the Earth is flat, despite all of the evidence. Like, if you're on a helicopter and you take off, why does the Earth not rotate underneath you? Come on. What's going on there? It's not good, is it? What's happened? Oh, this is an outrage.
Lobsters. It's appalling.
A NASA scientist has said that he reckons aliens may have already visited planet Earth. I'm not going to lie. If he says it happened, I'm inclined to agree. Don't start Claire Reid of Lab Bible. Don't stop enabling these deranged NASA scientists. They're just doing it for clicks. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say that I, for one, welcome our new alien overlords. Silvano P. Columbano, it's a good name, from the Space Agency's Intelligence Systems Division says that the current idea we have about aliens is too narrow, and that if aliens have popped down, we're not talking little green men or Paul, but something that looks wildly different from what we consider extraterrestrials. In a report, he wrote, I simply want to put out the point of fact that intelligence we might find and we might choose to find us if it hasn't already. That didn't make any sense at all. If it hasn't already, might not be at all be produced by... Oh, these words are not in the right order. Might not be at all be produced by carbon... I simply want to point out the fact that the intelligence might we... These... Oh, fucking hell. I mean, has this been... None of that makes any sense at all. Their words are in the right... Just get the gist of it. Wants to point out the fact that the intelligence... what we might find might not look like carbon-based organisms. That's what he's getting at there, if the words could go in the right order. He urged scientists to look past our assumptions about alien life, writing... We need to revisit even our most cherished assumptions. How might we change the above assumptions about interstellar travel? Our typical lifespans would no longer be a limitation. Here we go. Well, look, buddy mate Ian Holland should be all over this. Although even these could be dealt with multi-generational missions or suspended animation. And the size of the Explorer might be that of an extremely tiny, super intelligent entity. Considering further that technological development in our civilization started only about 10,000 years ago and has seen the rise of scientific methodologies only in the past 500 years, we can surmise that we might have a real problem in predicting technological evolution even for the next 1,000 years, let alone 6 million times that amount. All right, fucking hell. I have to shout on that last bit. NASA is currently searching the universe for signs of life and smoking all manner of doobies. Searching for signs of life through its Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, aka SETI, program. Basically, just talking shit as fucking usual, just talking absolute breeze, literally air pie from NASA scientists again. They're just kind of like every sort of few months they're like, maybe, could be. You know, why don't they interview me? Why don't Lab Bible come and be like, all right, Rankin, what are your thoughts on aliens this week? Probably out there somewhere, aren't they? Rankin says aliens probably out there somewhere. And then a couple of weeks later, what do you reckon now? Yeah, definitely could be. Rankin says definitely could be aliens somewhere, maybe. It's a thought. Like, what?
Lobsters. Lobsters. It's appalling.
Right, look, let's get a few more bits going. What have we got here? Ooh, oh, new TC bit of TC's new GTFU, which I think stands for Girls That Fuck Up. Wow, rough one, man, TC. That's naughty. Presumably means that sleeps with men of a higher socioeconomic status. I think that's what it means. Does it? Help me out, guys. It's called Skirmish. This is nice. It's off the album. Dimmy in the chat saying, just lie on Tinder. Another good call in the chat. Dimmy saying, I need to become a dubious supporter of aliens in the public domain, and then I'll get called in for comment all the time. Well, I'm a dubious supporter of flat Earth. Yeah, I think it could be flat. Probably. Might be. You know, maybe this morning could ring me up, get me in. I'll come in there and they'll go, do you really think that the Earth might be flat? Could be. Maybe. Yeah, just look into it.
You're saying that we should organise our societies along the lines of the lobsters?
Yeah, probably. Anyway, look, what's going on here? I've got a bit more... oh, God, this is so ridiculous. Basically, granddads are out of control at the moment. Terrorist granddads are a problem. They are causing all manner of stress and grief. Terrorist baby faces US Embassy interview after error on visa form. Wrong tick in box about 3-month-old's terror activities leads to 10-hour detour, missed flights and £3,000 bill. He looks like a cute baby, but he does also look like he could be a bit of a terror, and maybe they're just having a hoot. 3-month-old baby was summoned to the US Embassy in London for an interview after his grandfather mistakenly identified him as a terrorist. Maybe Grandad knew stuff that the mum didn't. I don't know. That baby, he looks sweet enough, but you never know. Let him loose with your laptop. He's emailing Al Qaeda. Could happen. Harvey Kenyon Cairns has been due to fly to Orlando in Florida for his first overseas holiday until his grandfather, Paul Keenan, made the error on the visa waiver form. On the part of the Esther, which reads, do you seek to engage in or have you ever engaged in terrorist activities, espionage, sabotage or genocide? Kenyon ticked yes instead of no. Let's get him up. Look at his little face. Like, how could he possibly commit genocide? Look at him. But, you know, Hitler was probably a cute baby at one point. You know, I don't know, maybe he was a really ugly baby, and maybe that's what started it all. Look at his little face. Do you seek to engage in, or have you ever engaged in, terrorist activities, espionage, sabotage, or genocide? Kenyon ticked yes instead of no. He only learnt of his error when his grandson's travel was refused. I couldn't even believe what they were telling us. That they couldn't see it was a genuine mistake and that 3-year-old baby would never harm anyone in that lake. Well, you know, 3-year-old babies have grown up to be genocidal maniacs. You know, maybe maybe they were born that way. Maybe they weren't. Maybe we'll never know. Maybe there are aliens out there. Maybe the world's flat. Who fucking knows? Not that Dutch lunatic who's lying on Tinder. No, he's not. He's being honest on Tinder, and that's his problem. The baby was taken from his home in Poynton, Cheshire, to the embassy in Grosvenor Square, London, to be questioned by officials. Interrogate him. The round trip took about 10 hours, longer than the 9.5-hour flight time. Baby Harvey was good as gold for the interview and never cried once. I don't know, that seems a little bit psychopathic. You know, if you're getting interrogated in an embassy, I think that's a perfect excuse to cry. I thought about taking him along in an orange jumpsuit, but thought better of it. Said, look, don't make things worse than they already are. They didn't appear to have a sense of humour over it at all and couldn't see the funny side. Yeah, no shit. He obviously never engaged in genocide or espionage, but he has sabotaged quite a few nappies in his time. Though I didn't tell them that at the embassy. The mess up cost Kenyon an extra $3,000 as the new visa didn't arrive in time for the family's flights. I mean, yeah, and then they're always back at the, if you were a terrorist, I suspect you would not tick yes on the form. Yeah, I guess they got to ask, haven't they? Polite to ask. Bless him. Let's just hope he doesn't grow up to commit terrorism or genocide, I think, because that would be a terrible piece of irony. Nigerian president denies dying and being replaced by a clone. Good. I'm a victim of a hate crime, says man whose Scottish banknote was rejected. Is this like some sort of a race to find who can claim the most ridiculous victimhood? Anyway, look, Florida man arrested after offering undercover cop a hamburger in exchange for a sex act. A Florida man arranged to receive oral sex from an undercover female cop in exchange for a hamburger, according to an arrest affidavit.
Communist detective.
Yep, they were going back to the old commie bartering system. You know, it's burgers for blowjobs. Frank Coupeny, 57, was collared Saturday afternoon after allegedly striking a burger for sex arrangement with a St. Petersburg cop. So St. Petersburg, Florida, shit is just going down. Like, it's fucking wild out there.
Smoke weed every day.
The affidavit does not indicate whether Capone possessed the hamburger or whether or not he was prepared to procure one pre-fellatio. When questioned by arresting officers, Capone reportedly acknowledged that he and the female spoke of sex. Speak to me of sex. Do you like hamburgers? Sure, I love hamburgers. Do you like sucking dick? Yeah, I like sucking dick. How about you suck dick and give you a hamburger? You're under arrest! Lock him up. 25 to life. Fucking hell. Charged with a misdemeanor prostitution count, Capone was booked into the county jail, for which he bonded out Saturday evening after posting $250. That's a low bond. That is, they are not worried about him going anywhere. Capone's rap sheet included convictions for grand theft and battery on a law enforcement officer. Right. Cops noted that Capone, who operates an auto body shop, has a Death Before Dishonor tattoo on his right arm and a Grim Reaper inked on his forearm. He sounds like a cool dude. Hey, Capone! Hey, Big Frank Capone! Hey, come on, you know Big Frank Capone. Hey, he's got the Death Before Dishonor tattoo. He got the Grim Reaper on his forearm. He loves hamburgers and blowjobs. What's not to like about this motherfucker? Hey, they got him out on a $250 bond. Hey, he ain't going nowhere. This motherfucker, he couldn't run if you fucking asked him to. Hey, he couldn't run if it was all the way to a fucking blowjob. Right, yeah, look, fine. Oh dear. Oh, this is bad though, guys. Guys, this is rough news. This is actually the worst news I've seen all year. GQ magazine says bootcut jeans are making a comeback. I'm afraid it's our friends over at Balenciaga. They are... Not only do all their models look like sex offenders, they are... I just... Get me off this flat rock. I've had enough of it. They're just trolling people so hard. I can't believe that people are lapping it up and people are actually buying like 3 jackets stitched together for like $4,000. Anyway, come on, let's get them up on the screen. Let's get into it. Where are they? Come on. Oh God, it's so painful. Look at this cunt. Look at him. He looks like he's been found with indecent images. That is what he. Oh, look at those jeans. They are just the absolute worst, aren't they? The sort of slightly stonewashed aspect to them, the shape, they are everything that is wrong with everything. They really just embody. They embody Trump. They embody Brexit. They embody suffering in the third world. They are just they are the worst. Can you imagine? He's got a little skater chain on the side there, hasn't he? Look at that little cunt. Oh my God, they are the worst. There is fuck my old boots. As the name suggests, the denim trousers are rooted in practicality. When you're riding your stallion through the mountains, the last thing you need is your pantaloons dangling over your boots and getting caught in your stirrups. In more recent times and less Wild Westish places, bootcuts enjoyed some popularity in the 90s, while Girls Aloud were among those who tried to revive them in the mid-noughties. Jesus, I'm glad I never saw that. But in recent times, the baggy ankle style's popularity has taken a nosedive. The bootcut has never become the near-extinct red squirrel. Oh, it has become the near-extinct red squirrel, crushed by the American wank rock pop band-inspired grey squirrel. What on earth does that mean? Anyway, however, the bootcut is now ready to re-emerge like a phoenix from the flames, according to GQ magazine. Balenciaga designer Dema Gassalia is the man who is spearheading the movement to get people wearing ankle bashers. They're not really ankle bashers, mate. Ankle bashers are trousers that are not quite long enough, and these boot cuts are definitely long enough. The length here is really not the issue. It really made me feel sick. Get people wearing ankle bashers once again, having included the style in the brand's lookbook. If you're anything like me, you will have no idea who this man is, but you will now be deeply suspicious of him. Yeah, he seems like a dangerous pervert, quite honestly. I think he should be looked into. Just saying, all I'm saying is check his hard drive. It's just, I'm all right. I'm not saying anything. Just have a look at just check his browser history. Look, I know even when you put it in incognito mode, it still stores stuff. Just check his web history. Look, I can't look at these anymore. They're making me feel ill. Oh God, please, right, look, let's play to play us out. Let's play a classic bit of Danny Bird from 2008. An Amen fucking stormer. Shock out. Love it. Listening to this the other day. So good. In fact, a simulation. I really am one of those dickheads that replies to rhetorical questions in songs, aren't I? I am that prick. We've heard about him. We've read about him on the internet. But I am him. And that Obi-Wan Kenobi meme of course I know him. I am him. He is I.
Lobsters.
Surprise, motherfucker! Smoking these meats.
Yes, indeed. So I'm very, very pleased and proud to announce that we have smashed our first goal on Patreon. We are over now the first goal, which was $350 a month, which is now covering all the web costs for the station, which is fucking amazing. Thank you so, so much. Everyone who has donated from $1 upwards, you are wonderful, wonderful people. Also worth noting, there are these mugs now. They're going to start going out tomorrow. Woo! Where are we? Come on, muggo. Yeah, you know it. These bad boys are now available. Well, they're now available to the Whistles crew on Patreon. Anyone supporting on the Whistles crew tier will get one of these for free. If you're just supporting on one of the other tiers, you can upgrade and this month, and you will get these. You will get one of these sent out to you for free. There's only 50 of them. They're limited edition, so first come, first serve. And in a couple of days, I will get them up to normal, to non-Patreon people who can just buy them one off if there are any left. But otherwise, yeah, romp on over to patreon.com/thresholdfm and get on the Whistles crew, and you can get one of these for free. But this just leaves me time to shout out the VIP list. Oh, come on, Tantrum Desire remix of Underground. Not now. The VIP list is Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthieu Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finnison. Fine bunch of bad motherfuckers all supporting for $10 a month. If you want your name on that list, head on over to good old Patreon. If you don't have money, do not worry. All output will always be free, and I love you just for listening. You are fantastic. So thank you, everyone. I will be back potentially later today with old Jaggles. But otherwise, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for more of these goddamn coffee and memes. But until then, be good to yourselves. Go and push for the highest heights. Strive for the highest possible good. climb up the competence hierarchy, search for some of that meaning I keep hearing so much about. Some of that meaning, some of that hope, some of those dreams. Realising those dreams. Don't let your memes be dreams. Increase the peace, decrease the grief. I will see you